and they gave us free fruit. What was it?
It was oranges and apples.
That was so crazy.
And actually, that's a funny story because whenever we travel, like somewhere when the food is very restricted to take in, somehow we always get to travel with apples.
With one apple.
With one apple. I don't know how we do it, but
criminals.
we always end up traveling with an apple.
One apple.
Hi, I'm Mala.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And this is oof.behind.
Hi guys, welcome to our podcast. Today I want to tell you what we want to talk about today.
Do you remember the time we saw the Great Wall of China on a layover?
Oh yeah, actually, no, not really. No, it's just been so much going on. It was such a challenging time. It was just after Christmas, leaving home. The trip to Australia was so long that I don't. So I think telling this is gonna be a treat to the viewers, but also to me.
Yeah, I think also to me. Like I'm gonna remember this time.
You're gonna be the talker. I'm just gonna add to it. I think. Or maybe I'll remind more after it starts.
Maybe I feel like I still gonna remember more. So yeah, the time we saw a Great Wall of China on a layover. How did it all started?
Well, we decided to go to Australia, so that's the first thing, and then we're just looking for cheap tickets, and I think we realized that taking a route through China and finding longer flights, it's just cheaper. So that's why we decided to go through China. Yeah.
We were looking a lot about the tickets, and that was the cheapest way.
Yeah.
So
guys, if you're looking for moderately cheap flights, because let's agree, it's still tickets to Australia is still gonna be expensive, but moderately cheap, then is the best way to go through China. And if you're already there, you might as well stay a bit longer and do the thing that we did, right?
Yeah, because we knew that it is completely possible to see the Great Wall of China from Beijing airport if you have a layover that's long enough. Yeah. I feel like they said that it needs to be at least 7 hours.
That's what the internet said?
That's what the internet said.
Yeah.
We love the internet.
Right. I mean, to be honest, it gave us a lot of good information about it because we were at least somewhat prepared. I think the most important thing is, guys, get cash. Get cash with you, because you'd be surprised how China likes cash, and especially taxi drivers, people that you're gonna meet on the road. So we had about 200 Chinese yuans. 2,000 Chinese yuans, right?
We had 1,000.
1,000. Sorry, guys, 1,000.
Yeah.
It was 150 American dollars.
Yes.
And we were lucky enough or smart enough to remember to take that cash before we got to China.
That was actually your idea, because I thought a normal person, I'm gonna just land in Beijing airport.
Yes.
And just withdraw my cash. But nothing worked. Not Revolut, not Wise, nothing worked there.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Take your VPN. So there's plenty of apps online that you can download and set up an account, and it's not much. Actually, some apps offer free trials. I don't think we paid anything. Yeah. So just set up your VPN before getting to China. It's a kudos to my friend Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Martin.
From my university, he was in China a couple of times, and he gave me a couple of tips, which VPN was one of them.
Yeah. So we were lucky that we got that money in London.
Yes, the cash.
Yes. So when we got to the Beijing airport, we felt there was a lot of things that could go wrong on that trip.
True. I was very unsure if we're gonna be able to actually go to see.
The first thing was
the Great Wall of China.
I was afraid you're gonna be extremely tired because you were traveling for 2 days.
Right. First I had to get to you, then we had to get to
Berlin,
then London, and then it was China. So yes. And then we thought the customs are gonna take longer, but actually it was very fast. And there is a thing that they check your COVID-19.
Still,
very randomly, Allah didn't get checked, but I was, and I was very anxious at the moment. I remember that what if I got COVID? Because there are COVIDs with non-symptoms. So like,
But
what if I
also,
got
it wasn't
COVID?
just about the COVID. It was also about the high temperature. And
Right.
since the plane was extremely hot and you were tired, so I was a little
I
afraid
could
that
just easily get it, the high
Exactly.
temperature. That's true. But luckily enough, I didn't get COVID, and they let me go after like 5 minutes.
So yeah, the customs were very smooth.
It was smooth, but I don't think it's always like that. It can take longer.
Yes.
So that's some time that you have to calculate into the layover.
We were also lucky because like we did not have to get a visa.
Right.
That's something that changed like last year for
Poland.
Polish. Yeah. So that was like another great idea to actually see China. You can go there. I feel like up to 10 days or 14. I don't remember now.
Yeah. I mean, we were only there for 13
Yeah.
hours. So anyway, we were within the limits.
Yes, we were able to go and see some China.
And then we got to the airport, and
Yes.
then we realized that they offer free tours to the Great Wall of China. We didn't know about it before, so you guys already know that. And if you get to Beijing in the very early morning, you might be able to get on a free tour to the Great Wall of China and save a lot of money. We didn't know that. Plus, like, we landed much later.
Well, yeah.
So like, maybe if we knew, we could have bought like different tickets. But whatever.
I remember we were able to do the next trip. That was midday, but it was about seeing some
temples.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was already, like, my mind was already so set up for the Great Wall that I didn't want to do anything else.
Exactly. So like, we had a goal of seeing the Great Wall, and it's like, okay, we got to do this.
And then there was a problem with taxis, right?
Yes, because like the Beijing airport has so many exits, and in every exit there's different taxis. One exit is only for Ubers and Didi.
Not Ubers. There's no Ubers.
No Ubers. It's
for
Didi.
They call it somehow. So it's not for regular taxis, but for like e-taxis, for taxis you can get from your phone. So there is a different exit for those, and there is a different exit for regular taxis.
Yes. And they are not that close to each other.
Yeah, that was the problem.
They're not that close.
That was the problem. That I remember we're like, where to go? Plus, like, we were set to go with the regular taxi, but I was very prepared, very set to set up the account at Didi.
Yeah.
Didi is like a local Uber in China. I was very motivated to get the Didi account and set up the credit card and everything.
Yeah, but
and
I think our card didn't work.
Yeah, they declined my card, so we in the end couldn't set it up. But that was the problem. We were running in one exit first, and then I was like, I think I got Didi.
Been to one exit like 3 times.
Yeah, it was crazy. At that point, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. But then we ended up. Yeah, we ended up at the regular taxis exit, and luckily enough, Ala read about like the cost that you can expect for the taxi to get to the Great Wall of China, and luckily, because like we almost got scammed again, and the guy, like, he offered like the full package, right?
Yeah, he was offered to stay there with us, wait for us, pick us up, and back to the airport.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you have a lot of money and you want to be safe and you don't have that much time, that's an option.
Yeah, that's an option. But like it was way over our budget. I can't even remember how much he wanted. It
was a lot.
But it was like, when I heard that price, I don't even heard. I think he put it on the calculator.
Put it on the calculator.
I was like, no. And then I put my price on the calculator. He was like laughing. There was no way. Yeah. And then like, we almost didn't go. And I told you, like, just ask for a regular taxi. And you went to ask. And then you came back. You were like, yes, we got the taxi. Yes. And you were already getting to the taxi.
I was waiting for you. I was like,
how
did you get lost?
Yeah, where is he? Because, guys, when I was like going through the exit, I saw a British couple that were talking to the same guy we talked to, the scammer one, the one that wanted like big money. And I heard them that they almost like said yes to him. I was like, guys, if you want to get to the Great Wall of China, come with us. We have a regular taxi. We can split the cost. They didn't wait a second. They were just like, yeah, grab their
Yes.
stuff, and you
I
were waiting
remember
for
they
us in the
thanked
car.
us so much for like saving them from
Yeah.
spending that extra money.
Yeah. So we got to the taxi. We got to the like tourist center next to the Great Wall of China,
Yes.
and then
And then we met another man.
yeah,
Who
met another
actually
guy.
we met him when we were trying to pay for the taxi, because before we went to the Great Wall of China, we kind of agree with the driver about the price. And when we got to the Great Wall of China, he wanted more.
Yeah.
He obviously like wanted to take advantage of us not speaking Chinese and
Of travelers, basically.
just travelers. Yeah.
But
So
then,
the guy saved us.
Yeah, he showed up. He talked to the driver, I
Yes.
think, and then the driver agreed not to charge us extra, just the amount that we agreed up front, right?
Yeah.
And then the new guy offered us the Great Wall of China tickets for the same price we would bought them at the ticket office.
Yes. So it was a little bit suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, and he offered that he can take us like to the chairlift.
Yes.
And then pick us up after, because there is like a distance you have to take between the taxi pickup and the chairlift.
Yes, because technically you can do it on foot, but it was a little bit late for
Yes,
us,
it was
so
a
we
little bit
wanted to
late.
save that extra time. So actually, it
But
was
my suspicion was that he wanted the same amount of money I would have paid at the
Yeah.
ticket office. I was like, what's your win here?
Yeah.
Like, where do you gain profit? But then I was like, I don't know, like we just gave it a go, I guess.
I guess.
And then another risky thing we did, like Ala and I did,
Yeah.
was we didn't want to carry our backpacks, so we were like, can we
we
just
just
leave
leave
it
it
in your
where-
car, please? And I was like, of course. He said yes. But luckily, like I didn't have anything.
Because we took like all of us like passport and money,
Yeah.
we took it with us. So.
Yeah, like in our like small bags, but like I didn't have anything valuable
Same.
much.
It was
in
like
the
mostly
backpacks, like
clothes.
clothes. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to the Great Wall of China. There was 2 ways to get there. Basically, like 2 chairlifts, like in 2 different locations. But we already were at one, so we used that chairlift. And then on the way down, you could have chosen another 2 ways.
Yeah.
It was the same chairlift or a
A
slide.
slide.
So that was pretty cool.
So yeah, we got to the actually the Great Wall of China, and we stepped on that, and I couldn't believe that I'm actually on the Great Wall of China after everything, like the whole travel, the whole getting a taxi, getting the tickets and everything, and we actually stood on that wall.
It felt very surreal.
Yeah.
Like after all this traveling, after all these struggles that we had at the airport, seeing that, it felt like a little bit like a daydreaming moment.
It was, yeah. And we were also very lucky because we were there in time for sunset.
Yes,
Which
that was
also
so
like
beautiful.
added to the whole experience.
Such a golden hour. It was, the pictures were so beautiful.
Yes, they're somewhere here.
Yeah, you can even see them on my Instagram profile. Like I have the one that just for pictures, so I can link them
right
somewhere here.
Yeah, so we were very happy. We got to like learn a bit about the Great Wall of China. We learned that it's actually 21,000 kilometers, which is
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought that was 21 kilometers.
Yeah, I just want to point out that it's 21,000 kilometers, but it's like when you add up all the parts, some parts are very ruined and you can't walk on them.
Yeah.
So the walkable part is only 8,000
8,000
kilometers. So that's a huge difference. But when you add up all those parts, it's 21,000 kilometers.
So yeah, it was time for us to get down from the Great Wall. And like, as you mentioned, there was 2 ways. It was a slide and a chairlift.
Yes.
So my adventure soul took the slide because I thought, when else can I get the chance to actually slide from the Great Wall of China?
Yeah, I mean, only on the Great Wall of China.
But I don't think we're gonna be back there anytime soon.
No way.
Yeah.
And I took the chairlift just because I wanted to enjoy the sunset and take extra pictures. So that was really, really cool too.
Yeah, but the slide was pretty long. Like,
was it?
It felt like I had the time of my life on that slide.
Didn't you like get stuck with other people on it? Because I felt like there was so many people coming when I was waiting for
there was
you.
only
I was like, oh, it couldn't be that one.
It was like the traffic was only at the end when people were getting off the slide.
The traffic.
But like the whole journey was very smooth. It was only me and the sunset on the Great Wall of China.
Okay.
So that was really, really beautiful, and I'm glad I did that.
No, yeah, of course.
It was a bit chilly, but
chilly.
Chilly.
A little bit chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the guy actually waited for us
We
with
got
our
our
backpacks. So we didn't get scammed. We got our backpacks back, and he took us back to the taxi pickup. He helped us get another driver. It wasn't a taxi. It was like I think it was a
driver,
friend of him.
maybe, yeah.
And then she got us to her car, and in the end, it wasn't her who took us back. It was her husband. And they gave us free fruit. What was it?
It was oranges and apples.
That was so crazy.
And actually, that's a funny story because whenever we travel, like somewhere when the food is very restricted to take in, somehow we always get to travel with apples.
With one apple.
With one apple. I don't know how we do it, but
criminals.
We always end up traveling with an apple.
One apple. No, yeah. So that was a very funny end of that day, of that trip. And then we got to the airport on time. Actually, we had plenty of time. Yeah, and those guys, like, they thanked us so much for
the
taking...
British,
Yeah, the British people. They thanked us so much for taking them with us. I mean, it was a win-win because, like, everybody saved. Yeah, everybody saved money.
So it was very nice. Like, you can definitely see a Great Wall of China on a layover. Yeah. We had 13-hour layover, but I'm pretty sure...
You can do it in less, I think.
10 is safe.
Yeah, I would feel very anxious with less time.
Yeah, 7 is
if I didn't feel anxious enough already, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we would do it second time, it would be easier.
I mean, you already have, guys, our experience. You can do it better. In your case, just be prepared with money, be prepared with taxis, and
just make sure you settle on the price
because
for the taxi.
Because I feel like we wasted a lot of time looking for a taxi and thinking if we should go with Didi or maybe with a regular taxi.
I feel like we lost more than an hour.
We also had food, so after
but we were really hungry. So
but like these are additional things that some people may just skip. Ignore. But yeah, that's it. I think that's concludes our story about how to see a Great Wall of China during your 13-hour layover
in Beijing.
Maybe if you're on your way to Australia. That's a maybe. You can just go to China or go to a different destination. Yes. So I think that's it.
That's a wrap.
I guess we can just say, oof! Yeah, we made it. We made another episode.
And we made it to the Great Wall of China.
Yes. All right. So that's it.
I think it's time for our regular. What's the song for today?
Yes, it's time for the song recommendation. And this time we actually had a little chat with Ala which song to choose this time. And then there is this artist, Berlioz. He's British, I think, right?
I think he's a band, no? But I might be wrong.
But it's still British. Origin British.
Maybe.
British as in Great Britain. Yes. I think so. You can guys correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm not gonna check it. I will, maybe. Anyway, he has like this jazz electronic vibe. So like we love them a lot. But there is one specific song that we specifically like.
Yeah, what's the title?
The title is NYTMP,
which stands for
New York, Tokyo, Milan, Paris.
Yes.
And it's basically like even you said that we almost got to all those places together.
It's we just only missing Milano.
It's just Milan that we saw separately. It's a very cool song.
It's fantastic.
It gives international, and I feel it's us. We're also very international.
But like the songs tell us that you should take inspiration from all different places, and I feel like that's what we're doing, and that's what we want to have.
Yeah. If you look into lyrics, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point actually. That it it talks about taking inspirations from all places you visit, especially from those that the guy's mentioning.
And since the episode was so international,
I think
we thought that's a good match.
There's no China in that song, but maybe it should be Beijing. And also, we feel like Oof is gonna be an international place too, so it's perfect. So go check it out, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Wyszło.
Tak, już musi.
I think it's time for our regular.
Akcja.
To jeszcze raz.
Akcja.
To jeszcze cię. Czy nie było tutaj? Znowu się spociłam.